So Guy Fieri just celebrated his 58th birthday, and let me tell you, fans absolutely lost their minds because the mayor of Flavortown posted something that had people asking if he'd completely abandoned his signature look for good. Here's what happened. On January 23rd, 2026, Guy drops a video on Instagram, and immediately it goes viral. The spiky, platinum blonde hair that's defined him for almost 20 years? Gone. The dark goatee? Also gone. Instead, we're looking at neatly parted brown hair, a clean-shaven face, and here's the kicker, a conservative, checkered button-down shirt tucked into khaki pants with a brown belt. Thousands of fans flooded the comments saying they literally couldn't recognize him. So in the video, he's standing in a kitchen next to a birthday cake. Candles are lit, and he goes, "Hey there, after so many years of celebrating my birthday as Guy, I figured this year I'd celebrate it as just a guy. Happy birthday to me." Then he blows out the candles. The caption's super simple. New year, new guy, new look. And to really commit to the bit, he even changed his Instagram profile picture to match. But here's what a lot of people missed at first. This wasn't real. The whole transformation was AI, artificial intelligence. None of it actually happened. But before we dive into the absolute chaos this caused online, we need to understand something. Guy Fieri's signature look isn't just a hairstyle. It's literally one of the most recognizable images in the entire history of food television. All right, let's back up. Guy Fieri wasn't always Guy Fieri. He was born Guy Ramsey Fieri on January 22nd, 1968, in Columbus, Ohio. Grew up in this tiny rural town called Ferndale in California's Humboldt County. His parents ran a Western-style clothing store. And get this, at just 10 years old, the kid starts his first food business, selling pretzels from a cart called Awesome Pretzel that he and his dad built together. He even washed dishes to save up money for a trip to France. That trip? Total game changer. As a high school exchange student in Chantilly, France, he falls in love with food and cooking. Fast forward, he goes to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, gets his Bachelor of Science in Hotel Management in 1990. After that, he works through various restaurant gigs before opening his first place, Johnny Garlic's, with his business partner Steve Gruber in Santa Rosa, California, in late 1996. But here's where it gets interesting. When Guy met his future wife Lori back in 1992, he looked nothing, and I mean nothing, like the Guy Fieri we know. Lori's talked about this publicly. She told People magazine in 2019, "When I first met him, he had no goatee. He had dark hair. He wore a suit to work every day. His last name wasn't even Fieri yet. It was still Ferry. He changed it to the original Italian family spelling when they got married in 1995. So how does Guy Fieri, this dark-haired restaurant manager in a suit, become Guy Fieri, the bleached blonde Food Network legend? The answer is actually wild. It was a complete accident. Okay, so according to Guy himself, he had this friend named Christina Jones who was a hairdresser, and she would not stop giving him grief about his long hair. One day, he's had enough. He tells the Wall Street Journal, "And one day I said, 'Fine, do whatever you want.' She goes, 'Whatever I want?' So Christina spins him around in the chair to show him the big reveal, and Guy thinks it's just leftover shampoo, like it hasn't been rinsed out yet. Then reality hits. His naturally brown hair has been bleached platinum blonde, and he was not happy. Delish magazine reported it was a Friday night and he had to go straight to work at his restaurant, so he throws on a baseball cap, pulls it down low, trying to hide this new hair. Didn't work. Quote, "The restaurant got so quiet you could have heard a mouse sing opera." That's what he said looking back on it. And his son Hunter, who was about 4 at the time, just stares at him and goes, "What happened to you, Daddy?" Christina wasn't budging though. Guy remembers her saying, "She's like, no, that's your hairstyle." He admits he wanted to hide it under a beanie at first. Took him years to actually embrace the look. But then comes the moment that changes everything. 2006, Guy wins the second season of The Next Food Network Star. His prize? A 6-episode commitment for his own cooking show, and he's making just $1,000 per episode. The second he wins, someone pats him on the back and says, "Guess you'll be keeping that look for a while." And man, were they right. His first show, Guy's Big Bite, premieres on June 25th, 2006. But it's his second series that makes him a household name. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives premieres in April 2007, after a one-hour special in November 2006 that people loved. Here's another crazy fact about his look. Those bowling shirts he's famous for, he told the Wall Street Journal, "I don't think I even own one." The story behind that is hilarious. You want to hear how that story started? I get a call to do diners, drive-ins, and dives, and they said, bring a short-sleeved collared shirt. Guy describes himself as pretty much a t-shirt and jeans guy, shorts, flip-flops. I'm not real a fashion icon. He had this one Dickies work shirt, gray on the sides, dark gray panel in the middle. When the show got picked up, that's what he'd worn in the pilot. They go, that's the wardrobe. So the show debuts in 2007 with this accidental style, and both the show and the look are still going strong. Guy's been clear about this. He told People in 2022, "People think I got tattoos and bleached my hair because I was going to be on TV. I made those great decisions before I got here." By 2026, Guy's turned that accidental look into one of the most successful brands in food TV history. His net worth, $100 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. In November 2023, he signs this massive 3-year, $100 million contract renewal with Food Network, bumping his annual salary from $27 to $33 million, making him the highest-paid TV chef on the planet, actually one of the highest-paid entertainers, period. Between his 2021 and 2023 contracts, Guy's gonna pull in $180 million from Food Network between 2021 and 2027. When he signed that 2021 deal, reports said he was making $500,000 per episode. But it's not just TV. Guy owns 17 different restaurant brands worldwide. He's told Variety he's got about 90 restaurants running. He's also got his own line of sauces, salsas, and seasonings, written a bunch of best-selling cookbooks, even co-owns Santo Tequila with Sammy Hagar, and there's his wine label, Hunt and Ride, named after his two sons, Hunter and Ryder. Diners, drive-ins, and dives alone, over 900 episodes across 45 seasons. The show's brilliant from a business standpoint. Traditional cooking shows need elaborate sets, multiple cameras, food stylists, complicated editing. Guy's show, he just visits existing restaurants, talks to the owners, eats their food, reacts. Production costs are minimal, but the show's popularity, through the roof. Back in 2010, the New York Times wrote that Guy had become the face of the network, bringing an element of rowdy, mass-market culture to American food television. They also noted his primetime shows attract more male viewers than any others on the network. So when this carefully built image, the spiky platinum hair, the flame shirts, the whole energetic vibe suddenly vanishes in that birthday video, yeah, people noticed. The reactions came fast, and they were hilarious. His son, Hunter, who was 29 when this happened, didn't hold back. In the comments, "Dad, when did you start selling insurance?" with a laughing emoji. Hunter also shared it on his Instagram stories, writing, "Happy birthday to the mayor. Love you, Dad. /just a guy." Other celebrity chefs jumped in too. Maneet Chauhan, who's won Tournament of Champions twice, posted laughing emojis and wrote, "It's your birthday and you give us the gift of laughter. This is amazing. Happy, happy, happy birthday at Guy Fieri." Joshua Weissman, another food personality, said, "Wow, I barely recognized him. Bro looks like my car salesman. Happy birthday." Food Network alum Krista Ludka joined in, "Love the new look. I'm sure Lori is thrilled," with laughing emojis. That's a reference to how Lori's been teasing Guy about his hair for years. And she has. Lori told People magazine, "Now I look at him and I'm like, where's that man I married with the whole clean look? I always say, when are you gonna change your haircut? But it's stuck, and it's him. I tease him every once in a while." Not everyone thought it was funny, though. Some fans were genuinely freaked out. One user wrote, "This is scaring me." Another said, "This makes me uncomfortable in a way I didn't know to be possible." Lots of others admitted they couldn't recognize him. One follower said, "Wow, I barely recognized him," though plenty of people praised the whole thing for being creative and hilarious. So, why would Guy celebrate his 58th birthday with an AI makeover? The post doesn't actually explain it, but there are some theories. Some media outlets thought maybe it was for an upcoming Super Bowl commercial. No confirmation on that, but Guy's done ads before for TGI Fridays, Aflac, Flowmaster, so it wouldn't be weird. What we know for sure is Guy has a great sense of humor about himself. The whole caption, New Year, New Guy, New Look, plays on his name and his brand. Saying he wanted to celebrate as just a guy instead of as Guy, that's him joking about how his personas become this life-oversized thing. Also, worth mentioning, this isn't his first time messing with his image. Over the years, he's tried different hair colors. One article mentioned he's dabbled with brown, black, and even purple hair, but fans know his white blonde look best. The timing's interesting too. He posted this January 23rd, 2026, right after his birthday on January 22nd. At 58, he's been in the public eye for almost 20 years since winning the next Food Network star back in 2006. Maybe after 2 decades of the same iconic look, he wanted to have some fun imagining life as just a guy. Someone